Now you move the other one back.
Hi there, I'm Rob Garriggs of Rob Garriggs the Boat Builder. I'm glad to have Tim here filming us today. I think we're in for a bit of a treat. We flipped over a boat called Nika we have in here, 37-foot long Vernet. We're doing a whole bottom on it. We did ribs, all the frames, stringers, and now we're about to do the bottom. So I think you'll get a kick out of the rolling of it. It's quite the thing. So today, as you will see, we rotated or rolled over Nika, and that was quite a challenge, being such a long boat, 37 foot. By the way, it's a 1924 Vernet as well. And it presented a challenge, being so long. We had a little issue with some of our belts slipping on us, but we corrected that. And eventually, we managed to slowly work it over upside down. We made staging for it in 4 different locations, key locations in the boat, to maintain its integrity, where there's no twists or anything in it. When we go to plank it, it'll be perfectly the way Vernet did it. Well, using the belts is quite the operation. I don't know if I can explain it correctly, but you kind of start with one end of the belt high and one end of the belt low, and all your belts are set up that way. So the person with the high end kind of lowers it down as the lower end comes up, and in doing that, you're starting to rotate the boat. And sometimes we run out of belt, so we have to stop the boat and slide the belt back to where it's the beginning again, and continue. And we had to do that a few times with Nika in order to get it actually rolled. So we call it sliding the belt again. So we slid the belt back and did it a couple of times to get her over. Usually they go over quite easy, but it's so large, it was a little bit of a challenge. Or the big units that we use that hold the chain blocks, which hold the belts. And we use 3 of them for this boat because it's so long. Usually you can flip the boat with 2, sometimes even a smaller boat you can roll it with one gantry, one belt. Keep going. It's that. Being so long, we kind of utilized the 3rd belt, which is the middle belt, as a cantilever in a way. While we rotated the front belt when we needed to rotate, we would use the middle belt to support the boat, and same with the back belt. So the middle belt acted as opposed to usually resting it on the ground with cushions and stuff we do with other boats, but it's well protected. We didn't want to do that with Nika because it's a beautiful Vernet. So we decided to keep it up in the air, and we utilized the middle belt to support it in the air while we rotated the other 2 belts, and just kept rolling it that way. So I come down, you come up. Come up, Marina. Keep going. going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, Mike, let's roll it. Hold on, Mike. You coming up? Why is that slipping? Okay, start rolling the belt. Come down.
Do what? Hold on, Mike needs the cards.
I think we gotta change the back belt too.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But it's not mine.
Yeah.
That's good. Snug it up. Hold it. Okay, you start coming down a bit, Mike. Yeah. Yeah, people always ask about these holes in the boat. They're quite curious as to what they are. And it's really quite simple. We drill them in so we can install the new ribs. We can put clamps actually in these holes and clamp the new ribs into place. So that's basically all they are. And really quite simple. We had Rita here a few years back, and that was full of holes too. But here's the new transom that got put on the boat that John actually worked hard on. Did a beautiful job. You can't even see a seam in it, and it's utterly perfect. Beautiful, and that's South American mahogany. That one is right there. We're putting a keel on it. And the keel is on my bench.
So this
that too is the Spanish cedar, or sorry, Spanish or South American mahogany. Sorry. We're putting on Sipo African mahogany on the bottom, which is a high strength, extremely durable, rot resistant wood. It's fantastic for bottoms.
How long is this keel?
That one right there, I would say it's about 42 feet right now. Probably 35 feet. Yeah, we just call them staging, and they are fit to the shape of the deck. We've put the arc in them to whatever the deck is, and we cover the wood with protective material. So when they're on the boat, the boat and it's upside down, it sits on the stake. Yeah, the 4-foot looks like it's in good shape. We'll be able to save the 4-foot on this. Stem is in great shape. I checked it all down. We'll have to grind down the stem down here and recoat it, seal it up nice. Right here we have a 1941 18-foot Seabird. It's a triple cockpit and it has a Junior 4 for a motor. That's being restored right now. This boat, the young lady who owns it and her husband are in love with this boat, and we wanted to do a special job for her. So it unfortunately needed a new bottom, and she didn't like the color of it, so we're going to change all that for her. We got the seats all reupholstered, so it's getting a new bottom, as you can see, and new keel, new stringers, and new ribs, and a whole new fresh coat of beautiful stain. And it's going to be beautiful when it's done. And these things, again, they ride beautiful in the water. They're actually making a special dock at their cottage to put it on, and they're quite happy. And I have a great crew on hand here who are excellent at what they do. My main guy, the lead hand or shop supervisor, his name is John Lidstone. He was a find, I tell you, he was amazing. We interviewed probably 30 people, and we picked him, and he turned out, he's like a prodigy. He's amazing. So I count on him for a lot of work running this business. Nika is an incredible boat. It's a special boat. At one time it had gotten converted where the steering was farther forward, around where the mother-in-law seat was. And I think it was in 2002, it got reconverted back to the original state that it's in now. Vernets are kind of specially built. He had a funny way of joining wood together. He used to sometimes make his joints in places and ways that you wouldn't expect to see in any other boat. He put a bevel all around the transom. So it's not just putting a plank on, you have to put a bevel on that, and it has to fit inside the planking, which in turn has a bevel on it. And that in itself is like over the top, over the edge, extra work in the boat, which makes it that much more special. And thank God John, he tackled that, and he perfected that. Like, I can't even find anything wrong with it. He put that bevel on there and fit it. It was amazing work he did.